very good. A very happy Monday morning to everyone out there. Landon here with you to bring you your latest weather or not forecast, courtesy of our community partners over it on Target. We got an active pattern that's taken over, folks, that is for sure. Already got rain showers infiltrating the area early this morning. We've got satellite brought up first and foremost to showcase this weather maker that we have working through here. We have a stationary front down to our south that's going to be meandering northward. It's going to serve as a focus for more rain chances here as we work throughout the course of this upcoming week. With that front, it's going to be stalling out back and forth here, allowing for numerous waves of showers and storms to impact the region. You will note this mesoscale discussion here across far northern Kentucky. This is for a wintry mix of precipitation. Got the opportunity of some isentropic ascent, or we get the warm, moist air lifting up over the boundary. And got the opportunity of some moderate snow and some freezing rain up in that direction very early this morning. So if you happen to be heading north for any reason, please take note of that. Let's switch this over. Let's get a look at the latest satellite view over to the latest radar. You can see where we got this big old batch of rain showers that has continued to track and crawl at an eastward track. Here's we work throughout this morning. It's going to be damp and dreary throughout much of today, especially throughout early on our morning commute. Let's get a look across the region. White Squirrel Weather Nest Cam atop Van Meter Hall showcasing the blanket of cloud cover. You can see some light rain trying to make it to the ground there. We've had some dry mid and lower layers of the atmosphere, but folks, that's slowly going to saturate, and then those rain chances are going to be making it all the way down to the ground. Looking over at WRUS Skycam down in Russellville, rain showers already commencing there and falling as well. Again, folks, be aware of the opportunity of wet pavement on the morning commute, along with the instances of some lower instability out there as well. Temperatures remaining above freezing here. That is the good news, but you recall where we were just looking at that mesoscale discussion. Look right along and just north of the Louisville Metro, they're already down and below freezing. So those of you right along in points north of I-64 this morning, going to get in on the opportunity of a wintry mess up in that direction. But down here, we're already creeping up on near the 40-degree mark, folks, and we're only going to see those temperatures rise here as we work and as we progress throughout the entirety of today. Let's jump over here and let's give you the full breakdown. Short-term model guidance, first and foremost, is going to guide us here with our rain chances. We've already got the rain showers that have engulfed the region here, and then this is going to continue to be the name of the weather game, folks, throughout this morning, becoming a bit more scattered as we work into this afternoon and evening. And then wait for it, as we get into Tuesday, that front that we were looking at south of us there on the live radar and satellite is going to progressively work north across the region. As it does so, we're going to be dealing with scattered showers, perhaps a stray rumble of thunder very early Tuesday morning, right around sunrise. But then it looks like we're going to dry out throughout a good chunk of our Tuesday, with cloud cover remaining intact and southerly winds really resulting in a major warm-up here across the region. All right, so that's it for our short-term model guidance. Looks like the wettest day here in the early week period will be throughout today, and then we'll have that pattern pick back up as we roll into Thursday, Friday, and on into that upcoming weekend as well. Talking about those winds, they're going to be howling out of the south and west here as we work not just out today, but take a look as we get into our Tuesday. Whenever that warm front gets north over the region, we're going to have wind gusts of 15 to 30 miles an hour out of the south and west. This will be warming us up significantly throughout our Tuesday. And folks, the name of the temperature game throughout the vast majority, if not the entirety of this week, is going to be well above average temperatures for this time of year. Let's get a look over here and let's take a gander at those temperature readings. We're working it this afternoon, and folks, this is greatly going to be dependent upon how long our rain chances hang around in that cloud cover. We get a few breaks of sunshine this afternoon. You can see how tight this temperature gradient is. We're sitting at 50 degrees here in Bowling Green as of 2 to 3 p.m. this afternoon. Model guidance just across the state line in Clarksville has them touching near 60. So we could have a few locations here across our community, especially with a few breaks of sunshine, we'll be catapulting those highs somewhere between the 50 to 60 degree mark. Those of you closer to the Tennessee line have the better opportunity of seeing those 60s come to fruition. Now wait for it, folks. Take a look as the warm front lifts north over the region on Tuesday. Looks like we'll be sitting right around the low and mid 50s around sunrise tomorrow morning. And then during the peak heating of tomorrow afternoon, folks, we're going to be up between the upper 60s and lower 70s on Tuesday, all right? Going to kick off that major warming trend with those well above average temperatures. It's going to be holding strong here throughout basically the entirety of this week. Let's talk about after we get past Tuesday, though. We work into our Wednesday, we get some hit-miss showers and maybe a stray rumble of thunder back into the fold with the bulk of the activity remaining north of the region. And then here we are working into Thursday, on into our Friday, and then on into the weekend. Scattered meander, rain showers and storms in the Thursday to Friday time frame. It's not going to be widespread, but take a look here as we roll into our Saturday. We get this front coming back and sliding down to the south and east in the form of a cold front. We'll have widespread showers and storms to deal with, it would appear, on Saturday. And then another slug of moisture that arrives here, as you can see, as we work throughout the final day of the weekend, on in throughout our Sunday. But wait for it. We get into early in the middle part of next week, another cold front. Multiple rounds of showers and storms remaining in the forecast, folks. It is going to be a very, very active next 10 to 12 days here across the region for us. That is without a doubt. Getting back here to the short-term model guidance, we're looking at Wednesday. It's got us just north of the region in a marginal risk of severe weather with just a simple generalized thunderstorm risk labeled across our coverage area here, across wobbles and beyond, okay? But then we take a look at the later part of the week. As we roll into our Saturday into our Sunday, we've got some of our model guidance and our analog guidance is pointing out the opportunity of some severe weather occurring across the region as the cold front moves through here. You can see we got some of the machine learning guidance picking out our region as well, so it remains to be seen, folks. But as we work later into the work week, roughly from Wednesday afternoon on, we're going to have to keep eyes out for the opportunity of some strong to perhaps even severe storms sneaking in here, potentially impacting the area here throughout the first week or two of our March month, all right? Here is a look at a gander at the total rainfall amounts. You can see with a very active pattern, this should be no surprise. 1 to 3 inches of total rainfall. This is valid over the course of the next 7 days. From this morning all the way through Monday morning of 7 a.m. of next week, all right? So numerous disturbances moving in here. It is worth noting some localized areas could receive even more of the generalized 1 to 3 inch total rainfall that we are looking at. Full 6-day weather forecast breakdown, likely rain showers throughout today, highs right around the low to mid 50s. We're going to look at hit miss rain showers early Tuesday morning, and then we should dry out for the most part. Highs skyrocketing between the low and mid 70s. We roll into our Wednesday, we keep hit miss showers and storms around with highs near 80 degrees. And then more likely showers and storm chances make a return Thursday on into our Friday, on into the start of the weekend. Look at Friday, folks. Low to mid 80s on the board. Are you kidding me? This is absolutely ridiculous, but should be no surprise with the way Kentucky weather loves to behave. Am I right? Then we roll into our Saturday. We'll lower those temperatures back down between the low and mid 70s. Showers and storms, a likely bet. Some of those which could become strong to severe. That's going to wrap up your Monday morning Whether or Not forecast presented by On Target. You all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a safe